Jeff Gerwich here with Modern Tactical Shooting. In this video, I'm going to be going over and demonstrating the 120 Carbine Classifier, or the 120 drill as I like to call it for short. Now, I developed this shooting test about 10 years ago while still in the Special Forces as a means to evaluate, the progress of myself and my team in our marksmanship capability with the M4 carbine. So hence part of the title is the 120 Carbine Classifier, but you can do it with any rifle that you have. And again, it's a balance of speed and accuracy and an evaluation of just where you're at in your marksmanship capability. Now, the 120 Carbine Classifier is actually a play on or a variation of Ken Hackathorn's Carbine Classifier. It's a drill I found online, and I haven't been able to confirm if Ken Hackathorn actually developed it. But here is his Carbine Classifier. It's 14 strings of fire. My variation has 12 separate strings of fire. And again, it's a play on that. I just trimmed it down a little bit. 78 round drill in total. Now, even though it's 78 rounds, I call it the 120 Carbine Classifier because at the end of the 12 strings of fire, you're trying to total them up and with penalties get under 120 seconds. Now, this shooting test evaluates lots of different tasks that you need to have good marksmanship capability with a carbine. You're going to be doing shooting while moving forward, left, right, and rear, shooting strong and weak shoulder, shooting from standing and kneeling, body shots and headshots, also some work from cover. So there's a lot going on in this shooting evaluation. It's broken down into 3 sections based on range. Starts out at 20 yards, then you're going to be going to 30, and then 40 yards. Now again, what you'll need for this drill is a single target, USPSA style or IDPA style that has scoring zones and a range where you can shoot at least 40 yards from. Now at the end of this video, I'll paste a full-size description of the 120 drill, as well as if you go to my Modern Tactical Shooting Facebook page, to the photo album, Rifle Drills, there'll be JPEGs of both the description sheet and a score sheet that you can use to tabulate the drill yourself. It's in JPEG form, but when you print them out, they will be full size. Now again, I developed this shooting test using an M4 carbine or AR-15, but for this video, I'm going to be using my brand new Zastava M90. This is quickly becoming my favorite rifle. This is chambered in 5.56. And without further ado, let's cut to the range clips and see how well I do shooting the 120 Carbine Classifier. Let's go. All right, this is the 120 Carbine Classifier, 78 rounds total, 12 strings of fire. The first few strings start out at the 20-yard line. I've got a single clean target there. We're going to score at the very end. We're just going to denote the time at the end of each string of fire. First string of fire, 6 rounds moving forward. Let's do it. And that's a 4.27. All right, string number 2, 6 rounds total, 3 shots while walking to the left, and then immediately 3 rounds while walking to the right, or vice versa. The whole idea is to get lateral movement to the target. Let's do it. I took some baby steps there, but I got my lateral movement in. 5.72. All right, string 3, 5 rounds while walking backwards. And that's a 2.97. All right, string 4, 5 rounds at the 20. Bolt, lock, reload, 5 rounds again, start facing uprange. Low ready. Woo, not the smoothest reload, got a little hung up there. But a 10.04. All right, string 5, now we backed up to 30 yards from the target. Is going to be 2 to the body, 1 to the head. Let's do it. That's a 209. String 6, 30-yard line, 5 shots to the head on the buzzer. Let's do it. That felt pretty good. 4-4-1. All right, string 7 is 2 to the body, 1 to the head, 30-yard line, except it's all weak shoulder. Let's go. That felt all right. And I'm a 3-5-7. All right, string number 8, 30-yard line, 3 shots, starting facing up range. Reload, 3 shots again. Let's go. Hey. Woo! Reloads just aren't hitting it today. 8-6-8. String 9, 2 body, 1 head standing, drop to a knee, 2 body, 1 head kneeling. Let's do it. And that's a 5-3-6. All right, string 10, now we've moved back. We're now at the 40-yard line. You're going to do 5 shots from the left side of an improvised barricade and 5 shots from the right, or vice versa, however you want. I'm using 2 barrels for my barricade. That's good enough. Start standing in the center, looking at the barricade, muzzle by the barricade. Let's do it. All right, and that's a 7.96. String 11, you're going to shoot 6 rounds, bolt lock reload. After the reload, you start moving forward, 6 rounds while moving. Let's do it. Woohoo! And 11:35, at least 1 decent reload. String 12, last string of fire, real simple, 6 shots. You're going to start on the buzzer standing, drop to a knee, take the 6 shots to the body. Let's go. Ooh, my last one felt a little low. That's a 420. Now let's walk down range and we're going to check out the target and I'll explain how this is scored. Let's go. All right, so the way this is scored is anything in the A zone is 0 down. Any C's is a half a second. D's are a full second, and any misses are 5 seconds. Now I know right off the bat I should have 9 headshots, but if you count, there's 4, and 1 just broke the line. So I'm clean on my heads. I've got my 9. Let me count up my C's, and those will be half a seconds. Then I'm going to add to the total time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So that's 22 C's. If I do my math right, we're going to add 11 seconds on to my total time, which I have to go back and add up on paper. Hopefully I made it under 120 seconds. We'll see. Now, a correction to the scoring. If you paid attention at the end there, I said C's are worth half a second. They are actually worth a full second. D's are 3 seconds, and a miss is a complete 5-second penalty. Now, it's 9 shots to the head, and the rest are to the body if you're trying to total it up for simple math. Now, if you combine all my strings of fire, it comes out to 70.62 seconds. If you factor in my 22 C zone hits, that's 22 seconds. Add those all up for a total of 92.62. So I made the 120, and actually around 90 seconds is my average of what I can do this drill. I actually haven't shot it in over a year, but the intent of this test is not a drill that you have to, train up to try and pass. It's a test that you ought to be able to conduct, any old time and, pass if you've been doing normal training with a rifle. It's not a, Herculean event that you got to train up for. It's something that if you have moderate skills, you ought to be able to pass. If you can't, look at the areas where you really had weak hits and poor times, and that should help you identify, gaps in your training. And that's the purpose of this test. Is again, not some Herculean event, but just something to gauge if your marksmanship ability with a rifle is at an acceptable level. I want to give a quick shout out to Shooter's Supply in Fayetteville, North Carolina, just outside of Fort Bragg. They are my go-to gun store ever since I've been living here in North Carolina since 2007. I love that store because not only is it staffed with a lot of vets and guys with competitive shooting experience, so they're not going to try and pigeonhole you into buying a gun you don't need just for sale. They'll really take the time to address what type of firearm and your needs that you're really looking for. But more importantly, since 2007, anytime I've asked them to support local matches or military events like Wounded Warriors or anything that have to involve supporting soldiers, Shooter's Supply has been more than happy to throw product at me to support, the shooting community here in North Carolina. And for that, I will be forever grateful and a loyal customer of them because they're always providing, any product support that I ask for. Again, in support of soldiers, Wounded Warriors, and the local shooting community, of civilian shooters. We're not talking major matches, just your run-of-the-mill local, club level, and that's the heart of competitive shooting is at the local club level. So again, Shooter's Supply in Fayetteville. If you're in North Carolina, around the Fayetteville area, by all means, please go check them out. And additionally, anytime I can't do gun work on my own guns, that's beyond my ability, I take it to Shooter's Supply. They got a guy in back named John, very knowledgeable, and I've been, very pleased with the work he's done, regardless of the type of firearm I brought in there. Exceptional marksmanship. So again, Shooter's Supply in Fayetteville. So that's it for this video of the 120 Carbine Classifier or 120 drill. It's my first shooting test. Again, all my previous videos have been nothing but drills, which are just workouts. This is my first actual pass or fail evaluation that you can do on your own to see where your marksmanship ability is at with a rifle or carbine. So as always, enough watching me. Go out, hit the range, try the 120 drill, post in the comments below how well you did. And as always, I'm Jeff Gerwich, and thanks for watching.